to it. Playing the game means if I should bend you over and rape you, you know not to talk because I can ruin your career. If I should put my penis in your mouth, you know not to talk because I can ruin your career. If I want you to be a slave and work for free, you know not to talk because I can ruin your career. You think these artists that make all this money are free men and women?
Hit him with that one more time.
To it. Playing the game means if I should bend you over and rape you, you know not to talk because I can ruin your career. If I should put my penis in your mouth, you know not to talk because I can ruin your career. If I want you to be a slave and work for free, you know not to talk because I can ruin your career. You think these artists that make all this money are free men and women? They're minstrels from a plantation. All your black sports figures are pieces of meat, bought and sold, but not free. Black newspapers enslaved. Black magazines enslaved. Black radio stations enslaved. Black television enslaved. Don't tell me I don't know what I'm talking about.
And you know what could free him? You know what could free everybody that's enslaved? Peace and love to all the Moors, all the Muslims. You know what the freedom is? You know what the salvation is? Declaring your nationality and enforcing law. That's your freedom. That's your salvation. Huh? Oh, because you think Farrakhan don't know? You think Farrakhan don't know about Moors? You think he don't know about a nationality? Better do your homework. Better do your homework. What's on your wall? Better do your homework, fam. Because what's happening right now, you know the saying. What it go like? History repeats itself? History repeats itself. But they was salty when Ye was like, man, 400 years sound like slavery was a choice.
History repeats itself, and the truth don't change or pass away, and don't owe you no apology.
Truth don't never owe you no apology. It just don't, though.
It's just like that.
So Michael Jackson, it's strange because Michael Jackson was talking about the same thing. History repeats itself when the people keep doing the same things. And that's like a definition of insanity. If something ain't working and you want it to work differently, but you keep repeating the same things you did the first time, that's insanity. That ain't gonna help the situation. Watch this though. Talk to him more.
So while everyone in the media has been focused on being pissed off at what this man is saying, calling it crazy, everyone's forgetting about what this man has been saying for years that lines up with what this man is currently pissed off about.
Throughout the years, black artists have been taken advantage of completely. And it's time now that we have to put a stop to this incredible injustice. And like Mrs. Sharpton was saying, people from James Brown to Sammy Davis Jr., some of the real pioneers that inspired me to be the entertainer that I am. These artists are always on tour because if they stop touring, they would totally be broken. And it's been, the record companies really do conspire against their artists. They steal, they cheat, they do whatever they can, especially the black artists. Tommy Mottola. Tommy Mottola is the president of the record division. He is a mean, he's a racist, and he's very devilish.
So while everyone in the media has been focused on
Michael Jackson was saying the same things that a lot of these artists are saying today.
But he had a cockroach right behind him.
Sure the fuck did.
Al Sharpton.
Where he at right now? He ain't came to aid and assist nobody. Where he at right now?
Cause them Jews got him. Them Jewish people, so-called Jewish people got him in line.
So-called Jewish ain't no race. That ain't no nationality.
Yeah.
Huh?
That's why you got to know what you saying out your mouth.
Man, at all times.
Because it's a legal and lawful, it's a legal and lawful way that you have to say these words. And if you're not saying them right, you could put yourself in a predicament that you can't get out of because you ain't got the knowledge of self. You ain't got the knowledge of law. You ain't got knowledge of history, of civics, government. So it's going to be hard for you to get yourself out that situation.
So you talking about being accountable for your words then?
Your words, your actions, the way you come at people, your energy, all that is all in one.
Exactly.
You gotta be in control. And the thing is, we not in control.
This is where knowledge itself come from.
These people that y'all call so-called Jewish people, they in control.
Cause you allowing them to be in control of you.
They set the narrative.
So look, you know how we talking about words and being accountable for things and actions, right? Mm-hmm. This go right here. Peace and love to all the Muslims, all the Moors, all the Asiatics, everybody tuning in. Pick up this book by Pao Chang, Word Magic. The powers and occult definitions of words. Been talking about this book for a long time now. And I'm glad we seeing people starting to buy these books and read them, post up, and put it out there. So it's something out there today that popped out. Because Moore got a funny story to tell.
Yeah, I got a... Yeah.
Man. Yeah. Check this out, man. So check this out, y'all. We talking about being accountable. Each and every last one of us having to be accountable for our actions. More importantly, our thoughts and our words.
So guess who watching this?
Huh? Talk to him.
Guess who watching this? The enemy and your babies.
Facts. So look. Right here. What it say? It say, most people do not know how magic works because they lack the knowledge to understand sigils, energy mechanics, sacred sound, and sacred geometry. You don't think this is what you say, systematic? This is systematic that we don't know how magic works with words, energy mechanics. It's systematic genocide because the dark magicians, John D. Rockefeller, and all the rest of these people that work for the dark magicians, that's what the school system set up for. Isolate the babies. Look how we came up and learned in school. Did we learn or did we just get miseducated? What do we get in school, fam?
We got indoctrination.
We got indoctrination. So look, let's say this. You know how somebody be like, don't curse when you tell your child, I don't want to catch you swearing. I don't want you using curse words. Because the word curse means to wish for something evil or unpleasant to happen to someone or something. As by asking a magical power as a noun, it means something evil or unpleasant that happens to someone or something by or as if by a magical power. We talking about words, word magic. Not putting yourself in a slave situation. Being accountable for words that we speak. So look, it say, when you shout curse words at people, you actually cast dark magic spells on them. It is important to be aware that the law of attraction, which is always working, and does not judge between good and evil. Word magic. See, the law of attraction is universal. It's always on. It's always lit. So it don't judge you when you use, it don't have good and evil. Nah, you said what you said.
Right, you got to be accountable now.
Facts.
What you said.
It says will reflect. It says when you use the words, and it's always working, it's not judging between good and evil, it will reflect certain aspects of those dark magic spells back unto you. In other words, there are consequences for saying curse words. This is why you should be careful of the words you use when you yell at people. Are you starting to see how the language system and words are strongly related to magic and energy? Are you starting to see? Are you starting to see? But you know, the whole time a curse word that our people have been brainwashed and conditioned to use all the time. Take a wild guess. When you call somebody a black person, you just cursed them. When you call your people black, you just put a dark spell on them.
When you call somebody white,
you just gave them life.
You just cursed yourself.
And you gave them life.
You gave somebody dominion over you.
God over you.
Yeah. Because white mean ruler.
So you going to call a pale-faced European
white
ruler. Right. You going to call them white and a ruler over you? And your people was the first people here?
Call yourself black. So that's a double curse. We gonna double.
Double bubble.
Yeah.
It's a double bubble.
Double cheeseburger. It's a double cheeseburger. More cholesterol for you.
Clog your whole system up. Clog up your whole system.
More heart attack for you.
Clog your whole system up.
You know? More death for you. A double death.
Clog you up.
All right?
So look at this right here.
Double death.
Yeah. So look at this. Since people need to see and not just hear. Cool. Pull out this book. The Torch. Need to see it, right? Okay. No problemo. Need to see it. Okay. What this say? It says the word black. Research. You know, there's a video in my highlight section since you asking about something we ain't talking about, but it's still a question. The Confederate flag, there's a video in my highlight section called Under Confederate Flag. Go look that video up. You can look at it now or look at it whenever you want to. And it should spark something in your head to dive deeper about that Confederate flag over there hanging up.
Oh, Article 6.
Yeah.
Of the Constitution.
Yeah.
Go look that up.
Yeah, so when you talking about curses, don't get caught up in the word black. Because black is funny because we use this word and we don't realize the power of word magic. See? We don't realize it.
You use that word more than you do money.
Yep. So when you saying
Death notes.
Black, you're saying you got little light, no light, without any light, gloomy, evil, wicked, disastrous.
Unconscious.
You feel me? And if on the flip side of the word black,
dirty, filthy.
Blake, alternative form of black, meaning pale. P-A-L-E. Pale. But this is the side of it on the political side that we never get taught by these so-called black attorneys and these black lawyers and these black activists that say I'm for the people. Yeah, you for the people. All right, so you said you study law books. You said you study law books. And you say you a so-called black attorney that love your people, don't you? Mm-hmm. Then why don't you tell us the truth when it comes to the word black in law? This status, black, is the lowest on the political scale. The lowest. And it symbolizes the dregs of society. That's what black means. So it don't matter how sweet and how you want to finesse it. It don't matter how you say it. Keep in mind. They'll say, well, it's not what you said, it's how you said it. No, sir. That's BS.
It is what it is. Ain't that what they say?
It is what it is. It don't matter if you say you whisper it or something.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. You said what you said. So that's what it is. So when you keep this in mind, because we talking about word magic,
same energy.
keep the same energy. Because the only way we're going to change something is if we start connecting the dots with our language. See? So when you talk about, well, what does black mean and how can it do something different for me? All right, stop using it. Because when you use it, it's the status, the lowest status on the political scale.
Wait.
What's up?
On the political scale? On the political scale?
Yeah.
On the social scale? Oh, wow.
Now let's go. Now let's take it higher.
What about a science?
Let's take it higher now.
Science.
That's where we finna go. We finna go higher now. Now let's go to the stars now. People say they study astrology and they study metaphysics and all that.
Scientific scale?
So you study metaphysics and astrology, right? You study all that. Well, let's take it there then. Since you say you study that, let's take it there. Plain and simple. If you claim that you are black, or if you allow others to classify you as such, and you do not correct it, then you have agreed to servitude and death in the eyes of the universe, seen and unseen. All because you ain't check them and correct them, and I'm calling you black. So you want to get metaphysical? You want to get
in the universe?
You want to get on some universal?
In the universe, not the galaxy.
The universe.
Not the Earth.
The universe.
Not the country. Not just the state.
Uh-huh.
But the fucking universe.
Oh yeah. And the flip side is this though. This the flip side. This the flip side. We talking about word magic. We talking about law. We talking about English that we speak. All right? English that we speak. Because look, going back to word magic real quick. What it say? It say, the dark magicians are well aware of this, which is why they like to use the English language to trick us to play their con game, to enslave mankind. See, it's dark sorcery going on, man. It is important to know that English is not the only language that can be used to cast spells. Bing bong. There's a whole lot of people that get caught up in that old cliche like, English is a cursed language. No, it ain't. It's not the only language that got curses and spells in it either. See? All languages have the power to cast spells. Bing bong.
It's the white man language.
All languages have the power. See? So what we talking about? What we talking about? Huh? It says, in other words, hold up. What it say? It says, in other words, you have become aware of how their tricks work, and therefore they cannot deceive you anymore. Other ways to protect yourself, to protect your mind from magic spells, are by overcoming your fears and increasing your frequency. Talk to him, boy. So put him on to that story about old girl today, man.
So
we talking about spells and all that.
So we talking about spells. So I get a call today around about 11 o'clock. And it was this lady. She got on the phone because it's like a 312 number, right? Yeah. So that's like a Chicago number. I don't really answer no numbers. So I see the number. I'm thinking it's somebody important. So I pick up the jack, and I'm like, okay, who is this? She asked for Deata. So she like, is she there? I'm like, it's not a she, it's a he, and you speaking to him. She was like, okay, well, I'm a Jehovah's Witness. I'm a Jehovah's Witness, and I like to tell you some scriptures, read you some scriptures. And I was like,
Jehovah's Witness.
Right. So she like, I want to read you some scriptures. Yeah. Deata? I said, well, it's Son Deata. And do you know what my name is? She was like, nah. I said, have you ever seen The Lion King? She like, nah. I said, well, Son Deata. Well, Deata is short for Son Deata. I said, Son Deata. I'm giving her the background of the name. I was like, Son Deata mean fearless lion. it was the movie The Lion King was named after Sundiata. So he was Mansa Musa great grandfather. He fought in the war where he fought in several wars and he injured himself. This was an actual person. So she was like, "Oh, I didn't know that." She was like, I said, "You want to read?" I said, "You want to call my phone and read me some scriptures, right?" So I just want to give you some background on me and who you talking to. She was like, "Well, I'm a Jehovah's Witness and I want to read you some scriptures and all that." I said, "Well, you want to read me some scriptures?" I said, "Well, what's your nationality?" She said, "I'm African American." I said, first of all, African American is a social construct. Like, did you know that? She was like, "Well, I'm still African American." I said, "African American." I said, "No, you're not. That's a social construct given to our people to enslave us and denationalize us. Do you know that? African American is a 14th Amendment citizen, which is chattel property, according to the United States." I said, "Did you know that?" She's like, "Oh, no, I didn't know that." I said, "So what is your nationality?" I don't know nothing about that."
Hold up, G. Now check it out. On what you talking about. Now you talking about she kept going with the African American thing. Straight back to word magic. When it says, in other words, there are consequences for saying curse words. See, so when you keep misidentifying as a so-called black person, you are cursing yourself again to the universe. You're saying that you're dead in the eyes of the universe. So my old girl keep going hard on it. Yeah. You enlightening her with knowledge and truth, and she just ain't. Was she trying to hear anything you was talking about?
No, she wasn't trying to hear. She was trying to go towards the scripture.
Okay.
So I got her right where I want her.
Yeah.
I got her right where I want her, Moors. So. So she like, "Yeah, but all I know is the word." I said, "And what's the word?" The word, she like, the word is Jehovah." I said, "No, the word is God."
Yeah.
And God, his name was Jehovah. His name wasn't Jehovah because it wasn't even no J in the ancient alphabet back then. So how you get Jehovah and J in God's name? Huh? So that's another curse. So then she was like, "Yeah, but I only know the word." I said, "Well, we talking religion, right?" She like, "That's what you." I'm like, "That's what you trying to get to, religion, right?" Huh. She like, "Yeah, this is all I know my religion. I know the word and stuff like that." I said,
yeah.
Well, what is religion? What's the definition of religion?" Yeah. She like, you don't know the definition of religion? And you trying to read scriptures?
So she cold calling on the phone. And she talking about she gonna read you the word for Jehovah. And you ask her, what does religion mean? And she talking about,
yeah. So I had to tell her what religion was. So you could tell they got amateurs calling other people's phones.
They just
got people
conditioned.
Right. They just brainwashed calling other people's phones. Religion means relying on yourself